Welcome back, Luxurious Fleet. Today's news is Subaru BRZ finally gets a little bit more information, more pictures, a release date, etc. from Subaru. Toyota and Honda are doubling their expected profits this year. The NSX could be going fully electric, and Yamaha is working on turbocharged engines for their motorcycles. And guys, thank you so much for 77,000 subscribers. We're getting there, and 82.9% of you still aren't subscribed. Let's get to 100 this year. I need your help. 82.9%, and let's get into the news. Okay, we're actually over here at the Subaru webpage, subaru.com, and here is the new teaser image that they gave us. Now, this may look familiar to you guys. This headlight is very similar to those renders that we got from, I think it was Best Car. And here is that render that we got, gosh, what was in the middle of summer. And look how similar these headlights are. Let's just make it a little bit smaller. Look at that. Guys, they were about spot on with the headlights. Now going over to CNET, they have a little bit more of an extended picture here at the bottom. If we go back to this, you can see how this is lining up pretty well with this front bumper design on the edges here. So pretty darn impressive that these renders that we got back from the summer are pretty darn close. Now, keep in mind that this is the Toyota 86 variant. We could see a little bit different headlight design with the LED, the daytime running lights, and the triple beam LEDs could happen in the BRZ's brother, the 86. These triple beams look kind of similar to what we see, of course, in Lexus products. I talk about it all the time, but also in the Supra. So now they also have a video here, and I feel like there's some information here that is worth talking about. At 19 seconds in, that's probably the best image of it. Now it's bad. This is like a Sasquatch sighting. There's through the trees. There's not a lot of solid information here. But if we go back to CNET, they are reminding us of Stinik Tuned. He went to this Subaru event. There are those taillights again. And if we go back to the images that were leaked, that's pretty much what we're expecting. It doesn't look that much different with this image. As a reminder, we're getting the 2.4 liter, a little bit more power, a lot more torque, and we're not going to get that drop in torque during the rev range that we get in the current BRZ 86, but the 217 horsepower is going to be a nice upgrade compared to it's about 206, but like that torque curve I'm talking about should be much improved. So put it on your calendars, November 18th, I will be live streaming. So 8 a.m. Central Time, it would be 9 a.m. Eastern Time, and 6 a.m. Pacific Time. So yeah, you guys can figure it out. You're smart enough. Moving forward, Nikkei Asia, Toyota nearly doubles net profit forecast fueled by US and China. This has come to a result of $13.7 billion in profit. Honda, on the other hand, announced that it now forecasts 390 billion yen of net profit, which is almost $4 billion. So much smaller compared to Toyota, but guys, they're still making a good amount of profit in this crazy year. Just wanted to share that. I'm not going to go too much into it. We're going to keep moving forward. Over at Best Car, Japanese scoop site, Tomica is a toy car maker. You guys have probably heard of them before. Speaking of which, shameless plug, go check out my Amazon page where you can look at some of the model cars I have on there. But they're making a lunar cruiser. Talked about this on the channel so many times. Toyota's future Land Cruiser is going to be a lunar cruiser, and they're actually making a toy of it before it ever touches down on the moon. So I just thought this was cool. If I can find it online and buy it, I'll do it because this is cool. I remember having a toy similar to this when I was a kid, like a moon rover sort of thing. So just thought I was neat. I wanted to share that with you guys. Honda NSX next model super EV that surpasses Porsche Taycan. What the heck? Now this is in the magazine for November. I'm not going to download the magazine. I had a heck of a time trying to translate it last time. All that they're saying that there's hybrid specifications of the next Civic Type R and a super EV development research, and they think that it could be the NSX. Again, there's hardly any information here, and it is just more of a what if. The current NSX has not been met with a lot of praise, largely probably because of the price tag. The old NSXs just did everything so right, and the new one takes a lot of the driver engagement out of it. Sure, it's fast as heck. It's really cool looking. I like it overall. but it just seems not so much as a spiritual successor as the first generation NSX. Maybe they go fully electric for the next one and just blow the roof off in terms of performance, but I don't know if that's a good thing, right? Because who knows how much that would cost if it's going to be a Porsche Taycan competitor. But just felt like sharing that as well. We're going to keep moving. Honda launches used vehicle leasing program in Florida and California. They're working with leasing car platform Fair to allow customers in select markets to lease certified pre-owned vehicles. Allows customers to have flexible lease terms, including month-to-month agreements or longer and more traditional term lengths. The pilot program will run for about 6 months and if successful, be expanded. So at the end of any new car lease, the cars are returned back to the dealership, typically. I'm sure there are some exceptions, but they're returned back to a Honda dealership or an Acura dealership. And then from there, Honda will assess the vehicle to see if there are any damages on it. It's technically Honda's vehicle. It's not the dealership's vehicle. So for example, if you lease a car in Nebraska and you move, you can turn in the lease in Texas, for example. But it's always Honda's or Acura's car during the time of the lease. You're pretty much just renting it. Used car, let's say a 3-year-old lease coming off of its first lease, is very, very tempting because new car leases aren't that cheap. They're typically cheaper than if you were to purchase a car and make payments on it, but used car or certified pre-owned lease cars, this is very similar to that. This is very tantalizing. I think it would definitely lower the prices significantly, and you still have the flexibility of being in a lease and still have a pretty new car. You maybe be under warranty. I think that really depends on the miles, etc. So that's kind of a wishy-washy thing when you're talking about leasing used vehicles, is how does the warranty, how are you protected in that car? Whereas obviously in a new car, you don't have to worry about any of that. But I just thought it was fascinating. I'll see you guys in the comments. We're over at Motor One. 2021 Frontier makes US sneak appearance in 2021 Navarro video. I streamed the Navarro video and I didn't catch this. So here is the new Navara. It's a great looking truck. I love the headlights on it. The new Frontier is here. Look how much wider it looks than the Navara. It looks more like a Tacoma in my opinion. And then we have the new Titan here, which I'm surprised we're getting a new Titan potentially. Now this isn't confirming it, but this could be another refresh of it. New Frontier here in the middle, I think looks really good. That's all I'm going to say about it. It should be unveiled by the end of the year, but it looks good. I'll see you guys in the comments what you think. Over at Hyundai's news channel, North American premiere of the all-new 2020 Hyundai Tucson to broadcast from West Hollywood. I already went over the full unveil of this. I will be streaming this though, because they will be live streaming this at 9 a.m. on November 9th. So that's even before the BRZ reveal. Gosh, what is that? Just 3 days from now. So 9 a.m. Pacific time is 11 a.m. my time. That should be Monday, November 9th. And we already know the design, everything about it, but if I get a chance to live stream, I'm going to do it. So I'll see you guys in the live stream for the new Tucson. It looks good. I think the side is a little over stylized, but we're going to keep moving. Still at the Hyundai media page, Hyundai Motor joins hands with Chinese partners to lead hydrogen mobility ecosystem development in China. Hyundai and its regional partners aim to supply a total of 4,000 fuel cell electric commercial vehicles in China by 2025. And Hyundai's Exient fuel cell, the world's first heavy-duty fuel cell truck. Well, we know Toyota and Hino have fuel cell trucks as well, so don't know if it's the first, but they're saying it makes its Chinese debut in the 2020 China International Import Expo. So yeah, that's the best implementation, in my opinion, for fuel cell is heavy-duty trucks at this point in time, buses, etc. And last Hyundai bit of news here before we move on. Hyundai Motor Group joins Ionity, which is ironic because Hyundai just spinned off their electric vehicle brand as Ioniq. So Ionity and Ioniq is they're teaming up essentially. Europe's leading high power charging network for electric vehicles. Now, other than just saying expanding and the charging infrastructure, I really don't see any big numbers here in terms of how many stations, how many countries, etc. So all we know is that they're teaming up with them to expand charging stations with Ionity throughout Europe. Over at Cycle World, Yamaha has built a turbocharged 3-cylinder superbike. This thing would be potentially it would just melt tires because of the torque you'd be able to get on it. Of course, we see the patent designs, things like this. I'm not going to dive into that. They're saying that this is based off the 847cc capacity of the 2014 to 2020 MT09. Well, we know the 2021 MT09 got a displacement bump, and that helped reduce emissions while giving a little bit more torque and power. Well, they're saying they're going back to the original engine capacity and putting a turbocharger on it. And it would hit 180 horsepower at just 8,500 RPM. Now keep in mind, since it's turbocharged, it might not rev as high as the non-turbocharged. It's just my gut feeling, but you would have 130 pound-feet of torque, and that is available roughly around 3,000 RPM. That's like, to me, that's almost like electric car sort of, or electric motorcycle sort of torque and power. That's almost scary. It's pretty scary. You'd be doing wheelies in your sleep as long as you don't give it too much throttle. So I just thought that was really cool. I wanted to share that. That could be the future of certain motorbikes going forward. It's going to drive up the cost. It'll drive up the maintenance. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. But it's a massive amount of power. It's supposed to reduce emissions about 30% or so. It could be the future for certain motorbikes going forward, but I just feel like that's going to drive up the costs. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the comments there. And lastly, Yamaha launches a low-cost Vespa-style electric scooter with shockingly low range. Some people are saying in the comments that it's a rebadged Chinese scooter, which it very well could be. It only has 18 miles of range, and if you have a second battery back on board, you get 36 miles of range. Its top speed is 18 miles per hour, and that is with a 121-pound rider. So with its limited range and its limited speed, its usability would really only be good for in-town sort of things. Like having this sort of thing in Key West would make sense. Where I live in Naples, where I will live in Naples, I should say, this would be a great beach-going sort of scooter, as long as you don't live too far from the beach. It recharges in 3 hours, and it comes in with a price of $2,280. I don't know if it'd be worth the price. I mean, a bicycle makes a lot of sense in this situation, or an electric bicycle with an e-assist. That makes a lot of sense as well. Yamaha makes some of the best electric assist bicycles, not motorcycles, but bicycles out there. So you probably would be better off with something like that. Some interesting news today. I really am excited for the new BRZ, the 8.6. Unveil is coming the 18th. Definitely subscribe because I will be live streaming it. You don't want to miss it. We're going to have a heck of a time. Like always, guys, if you made it this far in the video, make sure to smash the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe for more news and car reviews in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Peace out.